back, ladies and gentlemen. We are racing here at Silverstone in the opening round of the Tier 2 season. That's going to be one for the highlight reel, that's for sure.
And this is your reference lap for Kid Buyers Racing League round 6 from Imola. Here we go. There's your lap, guys. Enjoy the races.
Welcome to KRL.
In your screen at the one time. Oh no! Look at this! Harvey Norman looking to make moves on Mighty Murph, but I reckon Barnes is going to make him pay. And he sticks it down the moments. Cartoon almost sends Wilco off, but Wilco manages to keep his foot in the championship. But the new boy up to P5. Look at that, he's trying to break the slipstream on the main straight. But he is under pressure here. Great effort from Static Hats. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth all together. Speed's got a run on him. Is he going to make a move down into turn one? I reckon he is. Down the inside, he's basically fully sending it. The final corner. He will take P7, I reckon, but Jimbo and Rob Dog, he's going to get his first points of the year as well. Who's going to take?
It's time to go racing for KRL.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. Well, the mid-season break is over, and we are back to continue the second half of this KRL season. It's round 6 tonight, and it's the Tier 2 guys going at it. And we are at the Autodromo Enzo Edino Ferrari. That's right, I've said it right. Here at Imola in northern Italy, and we are just watching qualifying here. LJ Hooker, who's out on the track at the moment, as I welcome my co-commentator for another week, Tier 1 champion and all-round good guy, Jason Wilkinson. Hello to you, Wilco. We are back.
Yes, we're back. Had a nice week off. We did do a little social race at Monza, which was good fun for the boys. Let the hair down and have a bit of fun. But yeah, we're back into the season now. So Tier 2 tonight. Got an Optimum track just popped up. Very cloudy, as you can see. So we're expecting some rain. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. We've had a lot of rain during the practice sessions. But yeah, these cloudy conditions, Optimum track, that means fast lap time straight. As we see, Bingo with 1:43.3, which is pretty good.
Binger setting the pace very early on with a 1:43.386. And look at these conditions. No chance of rain, although the skies are looking rather cloudy. We've got a yellow flag.
No rain in quali. We don't know about the race yet, so we'll see.
Not too sure about the race. We'll wait and see. 19 corners around this circuit as we take a look at Rick Oztech as Voodoo there. The man, the inform man for Tier 2, and he looks like he's going to have some competition tonight because that lap time of Bingers is very competitive in the early going of this session. But it's great to be back after 2 weeks off, of course. It is great to have your company once again. And this track, which was part of the recent DLC, Jason, an old school circuit, but one that's changed a little bit over the years. It's a real classic driver's track, this one, isn't it?
Oh, it's an absolute blast to do a car. Well, you're doing a car, I guess, but it depends how much you love it. But yeah, it's a blast to drive a lap around here. The good thing about the Cup car is Voodoo has a big moment through the last corner there. Good thing about the Cup car is it really likes smooth tracks that aren't stop-start. So this is a very smooth flowing track. So the Cup car tomorrow night, it's going to be on. It's going to be a great race. Tonight is also going to be a great race. GT3 cars around here. You got to be pinpoint with the curbs. You can't use much of the curbs. You see the boys will try and stay off as much as they can. Turn 1 and 2 is not too bad. It's more the going down the the double right-hander going down the hill there, Trev. You got the corner names up. That's the one you need to be careful of. And of course, the actual chicane on the back straight there. That's another one you got to be careful with in these cars. But Cup car tomorrow night, no issue at all. And hopefully we get some wet weather. The Cup car again, I know I've talked about the Cup car, it's an absolute blast in the wet. It actually has more traction in the wet, on the wet tyres, than it does on the slicks, so it's good fun. It's good fun, the wet around here.
Certainly is. Let's have a look at this man, the Nigerian Prince Voodoo, who is leading our Drivers' Championship for Tier 2 tonight. As the comments are flooding in, Matterford says, keen to see if Voodoo will extend his championship lead or if OGT will close that gap. So many questions tonight, and we've missed this. It's been a couple of weeks. We had a social race in between Misano and coming here to Imola, where I picked up a points finish, of course. Jason Wilkinson beating big names such as this man on your screen, Voodoo, and Can't Do the Taswegian. But I didn't put anything up on social media after that. But just reminding Voodoo that I did take home that points finish. OGT says, good luck, fellas. Thank you, OGT.
P1 for him at the moment, too.
P1 for him. He's doing very nicely. That gap. Voodoo across the line. You can see.
42.
There we go. 42.948. Now, Jason, this man is much more happier. He's much more familiar, isn't he, with the GT3. Loves that Ferrari. And we see him in Tier 1. He does pop up in Tier 1, but he's not happy with that Porsche. He struggles to come to terms with that Porsche. He's more of a Ferrari man, isn't he, on this game?
Yeah, definitely. The Cup car is a different kettle of fish, I can tell you that. You have to do practice laps in it because if you don't do that, you're going to be struggling. So Voodoo doesn't really... I message him a couple hours before the race. I'm like, hey, you want to race Tier 1 tonight? He's like, yeah, sure. So throw him into the deep end. Then he likes to drift the car. So But yeah, tonight it's all about Tier 1. Might get those points up, Trev, and have a look at these Tier 1 points, Tier 2 points between OGT and Voodoo. I think it's only about 10 points.
Great idea. Let's have a look at the points. Beautiful segue there, Wilco. And you can see the points on your screen. It is Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, leading the way on 98 points with half the season gone, half still to go ahead of OGT. That battle, Jason, is going to be absolutely fantastic for the remaining rounds of this championship. My Bingaling on 66, and things start to tighten up a little bit, Wilco, with 57 for Static Hazard, 51 for GRT, 38 for Kilroy, 27 for Aussie Thunder, and the rest of them are there on your screen, down to Rick Oztech with 1 point, and the Constructors' Championship, Wilco, very close as well. Team GYR on 126 points.
Team GYR is OGT and Kilroy, so Kilroy's got a new Fanatec tonight. I better give him a shout out with the Fanatec, so he hopefully will be just getting a bit more consistency about him, and he should be up there for podiums tonight. So
magnificent piece of kit, the Fanatec. Need to upgrade, that's for sure. I think Righty's picked up a Fanatec in recent times. Cheekham Chong Racing on 125
and Aussie
points.
Thunder.
And Voodoo and Aussie Thunder, part of Cheek and Chong Racing. Third for Prancing Arrow. They are on 83 points. 68 for Big Bad Bigger Wolf Racing. That's a mouthful, especially when you've had a couple of beers like I have. Fourth in the championship. 59 points for AMG Motorsports. Hot Nuts Racing on 16. The Unknown Motorsport team on 13. Skippy, the Bush Kangaroo, Skippy King Racing on 10. And 3 points for Super Freak Racing, as GRT now back in the pit lane. So this championship, with, what have we got, 5 rounds to go, it is showing no signs of slowing up, as it will go. We've got so many battles and plenty of excitement, and it all starts tonight, doesn't it?
It does. As Binger just going into turn 1, it's sort of been off-put a little bit by Aussie Sniper, F1 Sniper, so you might get an invalid lap. But yeah, so we might jump on board with Kilroy. Ooh, you're just giving a little nudge there. That was a bit naughty there by Binger. I think he was a bit unhappy with F1 Sniper sort of coming out of the pit lane right in the apex of turn 1. But we will go to Kilroy as he is coming onto the front straight, Trev, and yeah, take it away.
Go. Let's have a look out of turn 18. Out of the Ravazza now, down the main straight, which used to be the Variante Bassa. Used to be a chicane there, but that's no longer, as Kilroy comes across the line. He's still in P6 at the moment, and there is a yellow flag out at the moment. 4 minutes remaining in this session.
Driver Rico on the track there.
And Rick, we just saw a flash of him there, Wilco, on your screens. He's facing the wrong way, as Kilroy now coming through the Villeneuve chicane, heading towards the Tosa hairpin. This circuit, like we said at the top of our show, has been through a number of changes. From host of the San Marino Grand Prix, of course, well back about 30-odd years ago, up until 2006. And more recently, Jason, we've seen this track back on the F1 calendar, thanks to COVID-19, with the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix from 2020, and I think we're in...
Can you say that nice and slow for me, please?
Emilia-Romagna. And ciao.
Prince Albert's here. Welcome to the commentary box.
How good is that? But I tell you what, I think this is round 2 of the F1 Championship this year as well, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, round 2 of this championship. Bit disappointed, Wilco. There is a huge gap, isn't there, between Bahrain to open the season and this race at Imola, but we should still be getting over those hangovers from the Australian Grand Prix, of course, in the weekend just gone. But anyway, hopefully we can do
those expensive 20ml beers, Trev.
Those 300ml cans, I think they are.
Yeah, they're taller and skinnier than me, Trev. So that's an issue.
That's saying something, but no, fantastic stuff. Hopefully we're back there in November. But 2.5 minutes remaining in this session. We've taken a look at Kilroy, and I've got to say, he has gone down to 7th. So
OGT's next card across the line. All these boys going in through the... we've got Nobby, Binger, F1 Sniper, Heat, and 52 is Rick. Or they're all about to start a lap, so they might get 2 laps in here if they can do a nice clean one. OGT is the one we want to watch. Come through the last corner. Seen the last few corners of him on this lap. Look pretty good. Wonder how the rest of the lap will be. Can he challenge for pole position here?
1:42.948 is the time he needs to beat as OGT.
No.
Can he come
He's on a lap now. He just flicked the headlights
line?
on, so
That's a sign.
maybe...
He
where's
is.
Static Hazard? He's not in tonight, is he?
He's not, but we have 16
Race went off last
drivers
week. Or last
racing tonight. A good turnout, Wilco. And I tell you what, absence makes the heart grow weaker, that's for sure, because that is a great turnout, isn't it, for Tier 2 especially?
Yeah, it is, definitely. Got Harvey and Righty. They're the wild cards for tonight, so they're not allowed to do qualifying since they're Tier 1 material. So they'll be starting in the back, so it'll be interesting where they can go. Harvey was doing 142s apparently in practice last night, so that's very quick. But we might jump aboard with GRTs, the next car to cross the line as he's going into the last corner now, Trev.
OGT look to have some traffic there, but Rick Oztech is fairly good at getting out of the way if need be. GRT then out of that final corner, the Ravazza, and down the main straight here to start his final run, and what should be the final run for a lot of these
Voodoo's
drivers.
pitted.
Wilco, Voodoo into the pits, so that is it for Voodoo. He will not improve on a 142.948, and God, I love this circuit, Wilco. It is one of the classics, not quite as fast as probably what it was many, many years ago, of course, following the tragic events of 1994, but still a fantastic circuit as we take a look at GRT.
OGT. I reckon OGT's next car across the line.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
This is going to be his last lap, so this is what can you do here, Trev?
Let's have a look. OGT then coming across the line. He's backed off, so do we go back to GRT now? Rick Oztech?
Yeah, he's the next car. So we've got GRT first car to cross the line, and then you got Kilroy, Hooked, Nobby, and F1 Sniper is the last car on a lap if they don't get involved. So here's GRT. Through the corner that I always forget, Trev. I'm not good with corner names around this track. I know you are. I'll let you call this next corner up here.
Acqua Minerale through there up to the Variante Alta. Acqua Minerale, of course, which I think just means water in Italian. But anyway, by the stream. But here he comes, GRT, up towards the Ravazza. This corner, very challenging. It has not changed over the years. One of the very few corners that hasn't changed here at Imola. But
off camber.
Yeah, off camber.
Back end gets a little bit away from you.
Hard to get.
Did nice through there.
Beautiful looking.
Exit out of the last corner. Not
Here we
bad
go.
lap, GRT. Can he improve to get onto the front row of the grid?
He needs to find 7 tenths of a second here to improve. He comes across the line, and look at that, up to P3. So a second row start. Who else? LJ Hooker, who's currently down in P13.
Oh, he just got an invalid lap at the last corner, so he's not going to go any faster.
So
it's going to be up to Nobby Nuts next.
Let's have a look at Nobby Nuts Racing, part of the Hot Nuts Racing concern here on KRL. Nobby Nuts currently in P8. Can he improve? That is the big question, and probably one of the only questions he does, up to P5. A stunning lap from Hot Nuts, man. Nobby Nuts, he has just absolutely killed it on that last lap, and he'll get a third row start, Wilco. Great stuff.
Yeah, very good job. Look at those top four. 2.5 tenths between the top four, and then there's almost a second gap back to Nobby vibes. They're definitely midfield battle's going to be hot. Kilroy, yeah, that's going to be hot there. And then you got Rick, Hooked, and Wolfie running out the field. But of course, that's qualifying, Trev, and these boys are all about the race tonight. So can we see the safety car? That's the big question. We've got a brand new safety car livery again. We didn't get to run the Audi bright yellow one, but at the moment we've got dry sessions. I'll let you leave, and we'll be back with you in 2 minutes' time.
We will return, of course, Voodoo and OGT on the front row of the grid, the championship contenders. We are going for a short break, but stick around. It's going to be round 6. KRL is back here at Imola. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Kid Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport. race.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about ready to get underway. And Wilco, we've got a rolling start, which is taking a little bit of time here before we get underway.
Yes, it is. So, yeah, these boys have a long, hopefully they're pumping the brake pedals, so they have some temperature in the tyres and brakes before turn one. But I'm ready with the safety car. But here we go. Let's get ready for green flag racing, Trev. Call it away.
Here we
In
go.
the
We've
best
had
hurry.
the mid-season break. It's green, and it is go, go, go here at Imola. And our championship leader, Voodoo, leads the way. OGT still in second position, but our championship leader, Voodoo, leads into turn one. OGT is in second place, and he's under all sorts of pressure here from GRT as we come through the Villeneuve chicane, and we head to the Tosa. For the first time we've got somebody off at the back. I think it might be Heat. So there was a yellow flag there, but everyone else has got away cleanly here. So it's Voodoo leading, continuing his good form from the first half of this championship. GRT in second, OGT. They're always close to each other. My Bingaling in fourth. Nobby Nuts Racing representing the Hot Nuts Racing team. And then it's Good Vibes in the Soul McLaren car ahead of Aussie Thunder, F1 Sniper, Kilroy and Harvey round out your top 10. Harvey with a drive-through penalty very early on in the piece. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's Mac Miller, Rick Oztech going right through the field. LJ Hooker, you're the best down there in P13, lucky for some. And Righty in the bright pink number 4 Ferrari ahead of It's the Wolf. Our Tier 1 commentator side by side with Righty. Hello there. Righty is right behind him there. Heading into the Barry Anti-Alta. Those curbs, Wilco, are deadly through there. But everyone, apart from Heat, getting away cleanly. But it is a tense start to this race. Our championship leader, the two rivals in this championship. Well, this is set up. This is going to be spicy, Wilco. End of lap 1 here into lap 2 of this race. 28 minutes remaining. Hello to you if you're new to KRL. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And it is great to have you with us through lap 1 into lap 2 of this race. And Voodoo, 1.1 seconds. The Nigerian Prince, Wilco, doing very nicely at the start of this race.
Yes, he's streaking away, Trev. So GRT got the jump on OG. Just on board with Righty, having a nice little battle with Wolfie. Righty, if he was smart, he should have pitted lap 1 and just gone the big undercut and not have to worry about traffic because he's a very quick driver. Harvey's just serving his pit lane drive-through, which is from the jump start or out of position at the start. So that's his problem there. Other than that, very clean lap 1, Trev, which is what we like to see.
Very clean, very respectful here. Of course, just what we like to see in KRL. That is our mantra. Very clean and respectful, but it is the Nigerian Prince leading, and he's been looking very, very good. Our championship leader so far just ahead of GRT. At the moment, 1 second is the gap. GRT still keeping Voodoo honest, and so is OGT. Those two are inseparable when it comes to these races, of course. But this midfield battle, we've seen it all season, Wilco. It is very hot, and it's very close in that midfield at the moment.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that bunching up big time behind all those boys in the midfield. So we'll yeah, just keep an eye on that. Heat is sort of catching up to Righty there, so we'll keep an eye on those boys there. But the battle between there must be Nobby, Vibes, and Aussie is looking pretty hot there.
Let's have a look. The battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th, and Mac Miller is off at the back there. And oh, don't do that! Don't come back onto the track. I think Mac Miller, they're having, he's managed to do well. He's kept it running, and now he's spun around. I think it might be the Ravazza down there, a very tricky corner off camber. Always hard to find your braking point there, but that's really put him on the back foot here, Wilco, and it's always hard to get back into that rhythm, isn't it? Once you've gone off the tyres, you go into the gravel, and being an old school circuit, Wilco, we don't have that runoff area, do we? It's grass, gravel, and before you know it, you're off the track.
And into the wall. But yeah, so yeah, it's very easy to make a mistake here, very high speed stuff. But It is also, once you get into the marbles as well, that's always impossible to get it back online, as I got the hiccups. But Righty and Harvey have both jumped in the pit lane. No, sorry, Harvey hasn't pitted. Righty has jumped into the pit lane, so he's going to go for a big undercut. So expect him to just vault up the field, maybe into that P5, P6 sort of area. Maybe even actually above them, because if he's about 5 seconds off them, so he should be quicker. If he can nail laps over the next 10 minutes, these boys fighting in the midfield, that could be big for Righty's race here.
Certainly will be. Let's go back to our race leader. It is 4 different constructors inside the top 4 places. Ferrari versus Mercedes. And then it's the Lexus and the famous Nissan, driven by Binger King 33. And Aussie Thunder, everyone's very close. Aussie Thunder now dropping back from my Bingerling. 6.4 seconds down there in 5th place. But that battle is no less exciting. 5th, 6th and 7th, if you don't mind, all together as they come on down to the main straight. Kilroy 3 seconds further back. And then it's LJ Hooker there in P10, running out our final points paying positions. But Good Vibes has jumped ahead of Rick Oztech. It's the Wolf.
Yeah, Rick had a little spin at the chicane there.
So Rick, he's had a moment behind It's the Wolf, and Heat XL, who we saw at the back of the field at the beginning of this race, Wilco, is coming back quite nicely. There's a fair bit of pace in that Lexus there.
Yeah, the Lexus is very good. I think all the Lexus drivers were hoping it was going to rain, because the Lexus is an absolute dream. It's that and the Aston Martin V8, the new one. Those two are the best. Oh, I'm watching Rick Oztech here. Him and Wolfie have a nice little battle, but those two cars are the best in the rain. So actually better than all the Ferraris and Porsches and all that stuff. So hopefully we get some rain for these boys next week or week after. We've got Spa coming up. Laguna Seca's not really, that's a desert, so that's not going to have any rain. But yeah, so hopefully get some Kyalami races that could be wet, so yeah, we'll see.
Let's have a look here. OGT now in our top 3, battling with GRT. Look at this. It is so close at the moment. Down to the Ravazza again. Lap 3 of this race, and OGT. OGT's around. We've got a bit of a close-up camera angle on this one. He tries to get that car back around, and oh no, it's going pear-shaped here at the moment, and he's doing the Kylie Minogue at the moment. He's back onto the track, but where is he going to come out of that? That mistake has got him down into 4th place. I think there was a gap back to Aussie Thunder, but that's evaporated all too quickly, and now he's right in the pack, and Wolfie's got to get out of the way. In fact,
he decided he's going to pit.
He's decided. I think OGT decided for him there, Wilco, because he had to go around it, but now both into the pits.
Very good driving. Poor Wolfie, he's been absolutely working flat out. He's a courier driver. He's been driving over 2,000 kilometres the last few days. So he's been on the road a fair bit. He wasn't going to race tonight, but good on him for jumping in, and had a shit-scared moment there, Trev. As OGT was just rolling back onto the track. Not
something you want to see, is it? Doing about 260-odd Ks out of the Ravazza down to the Variante Bassa. Which used to be a series of quite tricky corners. Just ask Rubens Barrichello, who went off there in a big way, didn't he, many years ago. But Voodoo leading this race ahead of my Bingerling. And if anything, that really does set it up for Voodoo, doesn't it? Because that gap, 4.5 seconds, 21 minutes to go in this race. Voodoo with a nice little buffer here. The Nigerian Prince is looking good, Wilco.
Yeah, exactly what he wanted. He wanted to have OGT have a little mistake or something, and yeah, that's exactly what he needed for the championship. I'm going to be hoping the same thing happens tomorrow night with Glenn and Maddie and Cart Dude. Of course, Cart Dude, the only way he can win is by pushing me off the track, but we'll leave that for another time, Trev. Let's good banter between me and Cart Dude, it's all good. Yeah, all these boys, OGT could be going a lap down. No, he's not. So Wolfie will go a lap down though.
And let's just get back to this little battle here. Aussie Thunder versus F1 Sniper. Ooh, almost getting him into the wall there. But F1 Sniper there on the outside. He was on the inside, now he's on the outside. And there's a bit of a slipstream down to the Tamburello chicane. Turn 1 of this circuit. Aussie Thunder versus Sniper, and Nobby Nuts racing with them along with Kilroy and Sniper is off the circuit and onto the grass. I think he's going to gather it back up pretty cleanly, but well, 2 or 3 doesn't go into that. Doesn't go into one there, as they
Rick's
say.
around.
And Rick Oztech, we've got a spinner, and Rick Oztech, whereabouts is that? Might be not Aqua
He's at
Minerale.
turn 1. Yeah, no, turn 1 and 2.
Turn 1 at the
hit too
Tamburello.
much curb in these GT3 cars, which are sprung stiffer than a priest at a... Okay, well, I won't finish,
We won't go with the Wiggle concert joke, made famous by Cardinal Pell, of course. But Rick Oztech, this track, like we said, it's old school. We love it, but those curbs can catch you out. It can catch the best drivers out. If you're not careful, Wilco, they are unforgiving around here. But as we tick under the 20-minute mark, let's just recap here. Lap 5 of this race here at the Autodromo. Enzo e Dino Ferrari, named after the great Enzo Ferrari and his son, Dino. I think that was his name. But Voodoo, is he flirting with that pit lane entry? Oh, he was just keeping me interested there for a little bit. But he goes through to complete lap 5 of this race. Binger is into the pits. Well, he cut the gap from 4.5 seconds down to 2.8, and he's decided, Wilco, you know what? I'm coming into the pits.
Yeah, so that's a very smart move. Try and get a bit of an undercut here, and you got Voodoo is coming up to some lap traffic with OG and Righty, so they're not too far ahead. Righty did, sorry, OGT did spin, but OGT has been passed by Righty, or Righty just got repassed by him, so that shows how much the undercut is going to work. So Binger, hopefully, is going to be getting into clear air, which he will. He's only got Harvey, who... Remember, Harvey has just been sitting there by himself doing laps. He's going to probably come out in equal second here, Trev, because he's already done his pit stop. No, he hasn't. He has not done his pit stop, so forget what I just said.
So Harvey Norman down there in 13th. He still has to make his pit stop as Binger dropping down the field. But this battle here, Jason Wilkinson from Carrum Downs, is showing no signs of slowing up, because Kilroy is up there in 5th. And he's putting pressure on Nobby Nuts as our...
Oh, there's a bit of a moment there, Kilroy.
As Kilroy, we missed that. Our Italian cameraman was just trying to catch up with things, but Nobby Nuts in 4th, Aussie Thunder in 3rd. So the drivers who elected to make an early stop may come out in pretty good shape here. GRT is 6.6 seconds behind Voodoo, our race leader, with 18 minutes to go, the Nigerian Prince. Now, what is Voodoo thinking at the moment, Wilco? If you were in his shoes, when would you be coming in?
I would do maybe one more lap, wait until you really catch up to Righty and who's that, Aussie Sniper, Aussie Sniper. I always get them, I feel like there's someone else I know as Aussie Sniper, but F1 Sniper, so those three are just ahead, F1 Sniper, OG and Righty, so if you catch up to them this lap here, I'll jump into the pit lane now, because there's a big gap. Binger, you see where Binger is, he's come out almost by himself, so definitely gaps for those leaders to pit and come out in fresh air.
So here we go then, Voodoo, lap 7 of this race. GRT
Heats into the pits.
As Heat has come into the pits. He's got up to P8th. Not a bad effort at all from him, considering he was right down the back at the end of the opening lap of this race. Aussie Thunder in 3rd. So it's Ferrari 1 and 3. Then it's Lexus and Lexus there in 4th and 5th. Good vibes down there in 6th. We haven't called his name too much, but he's still in P6 there, looking very nice indeed, yet still to make his pit stop, of course, LJ Hooker.
This week, Trev.
And let's hope that it's, well, it's more uphill than downhill, isn't it, this circuit? But who could forget at Catalunya there, the little engine that had no fuel, Wilco. He was had to roll to the line at the end, which entertained us quite a bit. Mac Miller in 8th, Rick Oztech in 9th, and big Harvey Norman up there in 10th. Binger, he's come out in pretty good shape, Wilco, all on his own. He's got some clear air.
In some fast lap times here, so Voodoo won't want to play it too sort of aggressive. He's better jump into the pits quickly, as OGT's making a nice move on F1 Sniper at the moment. That Lexus has got some grunts compared to that Audi, so into turn 1, OGT got the goal right away as F1 Sniper tries to hang on around the outside, but couldn't get it done.
This is our man in 2nd place in the championship, 88 points. compared
Thunder into
to
the mix.
Voodoo, as Aussie Thunder pits from 3rd position in this race. So this is exciting. Do not go anywhere. We have got a grandstand finish. I say it each and every week, but we sure do. As let's just have a look at what else is going on further down the order. Heat there in 15th. He has made his pit stop. So we've got 6 drivers who have made their pit stops, which leaves about 9 or so who have not made their pit stops. Of course, we don't count this man with his Fanatec Aston Martin green, British Racing green car. That does look magnificent, doesn't it, Wilco? That safety car as well, but it's not about
Hasn't got
that.
a run yet, Trev. Hasn't even started the engine, so
It hasn't even... Oh,
something happens.
let's
We'll
just
get a
wait.
safety car.
Let's wait and see as the Universal Boss says we've gone half the race. We've got half the race gone, half still to go. But we should probably say half the race gone and half still to go. The great man, Murray Walker, but Voodoo leading this race still 6.3 seconds ahead of this man, GRT, who is 5th in the championship at the moment, sitting on 51 points as he comes down to the Ravazza once again on lap number 8 of this race. Kilroy not too far behind Nobby Nuts, 3rd and 4th as well. Good vibes now up to P5 in that number 64 McLaren. LJ Hooker, what's he doing up in
GRT and Voodoo
P6?
are in pits.
And GRT, here we go. So our 1 and 2 men are into the pits at the same time, Wilco, our championship contenders. I beg your pardon, GRT's down in 5th, of course, in this championship, but they've come in together. And where are they going to feed out? I'm looking at the track map, and we might go back to some of the on-track action. Nobby Nuts goes up into P1.
That's just got passed by OGT, so OGT's got the eyes on, and he's jumped up into probably equal 4th or 5th, I think, at the moment. So he's on a bit of a comeback drive. But yeah, we've got Bingo going into the chicane now, so we're going to see where Voodoo and GRT come out. I have a feeling Bingo's going to be really close to Voodoo. No, he's not, because Voodoo's already done his pit stop, so maybe Bingo had a moment we didn't see.
Well, we must have missed something because Bingo is...
Voodoo's got a long way to go on the pit lane. So.
And it is a long pit lane here, isn't it, at Imola. And you can see Voodoo he's going to come out a long way ahead. I think we've just got Bingo coming through the Ravazza out of the final corner now.
Bingo
so
will get GRT though, so we'll be back to the equal second, so effectively second.
Here we go. So he
close,
couldn't get Voodoo. Will he get GRT? I think the answer's going to be yes, it is. There he goes, my Bingaling going through into, what is that, a net second place, is it? Ahead of GRT, yep. So it is 1, 2, 3, Voodoo is out, and he is back into the lead of this race. Well, the question...
Oh, Kilroy, stop and go penalty.
And we've got a stop and go
Speeding
penalty
in the lane.
for Kilroy, and that is not going to be good for his race because he was looking good, Wilco, but now he's going to come in, not just the 30 seconds, of course, but the time it takes to get into the pit lane and out again, and that is a disaster for Kilroy. Hopefully he can still get a points finish, Wilco, but it's going to be tough for him with 12 minutes to go in this one.
Yes, it is. So I'm just watching the battle between Aussie Thunder, F1 Sniper, and Righty. Pretty tasty little battle, a little bit of contact into turn 1. But Righty's looking to try and get up the field as he don't touch that curb. That curb is almost an auto spin curb, but you got away with it. But yeah, these boys, poor Kilroy, because he was on for a really good result here. Would have been probably equal about 4th or 5th, I think, once all these boys have cleared their pit stop. So that's unfortunate for him having to do a stop go, but you never know, Trev. There still could be a safety car. They've still got 5 minutes until the safety car window is closed.
So 11 minutes remaining, 5 minutes until that safety car window is closed, as you heard our man Wilco say. But this midfield battle, wowee, Aussie Thunder in P9, P10 there are, well this could be, this is a fantastic turnout for Tier 2, and the cameraman was just catching up. You're going too quick for me, he's saying in Italian, but Righty just went off the track slightly there, Wilco. We caught the end of that incident at the Variante Alta, I think it is, up there at the top of the hill. But Kilroy into the pits, so he's going to serve his stop-go penalty. Pretty smart idea, Wilco, to get it out of the way with 10 minutes remaining in this race, and that frees up Aussie Thunder, F1 Sniper, and Righty. This man rocking the Fanatec, of course, and the awesome-looking pink livery in the number 4 Ferrari. But good vibes yet to pit. He likes to stay out longer than most, but lap 10, those tyres are going to be very, very second-hand. And as soon as I say that, well, he's not coming in. He's still continuing on. He's 41 seconds ahead of Voodoo, but with 10 minutes remaining, he's just looking to run long. But is it worth it, Wilco, around here?
Unsure. Yeah, I don't know. We usually use the Tier 2 boys as the gauge of the undercut and stuff. So if you can clear out, he's still doing decent times. He should hopefully get a jump on all these boys in the midfield that he's fighting, as they'll be all battling and stuff. So hopefully he might be able to jump out ahead. But where is he going to slot into? It's about almost 3. He should slot in around the Mac Miller, around P8, P9 maybe. Maybe around, yeah, maybe around F1 Sniper and stuff. So we'll see once he makes his pit stop. But yeah, very these tier 2 boys are driving very, very clean compared to some of these Tier 1 boys we got in the... Oh, it's Righty, there's another jump over the outside there. But yeah, these Tier 2 boys definitely a lot cleaner than some of the Tier 1 boys, Trev, aka Cartoon.
Second time we've gone with that tonight. If Cartoon's watching, I know he is down there in Tasmania. But Kilroy, the car number 562, the Lexus, is all clear. He has served his stop-go penalty, and he's got a Voodoo who is coming up behind him at a very rapid rate of knots, so he will have to get out of the way. Let's have a look here. Voodoo then coming up to lap Kilroy. Track temperature is 23 degrees. So is the air temperature, mind you, with less than 10 minutes to go in this race. So no chance of rain. We'll wait and see what happens tomorrow night. All very respectful there, like we keep saying, Wilco. Kilroy getting out of the way for the Nigerian Prince, who goes on his merry way. Good vibes. We'll keep an eye on him. There's that midfield battle is still very, very close. We'll get to that in the remaining 8 or so minutes. And, oh, don't say that, Wilco. Do not say that. And Sniper. Sniper is around. Righty is going slow, and OGT.
This is going to be nuts.
Wow, OGT had to thread the eye of the needle there, Wilco, to get through that. Sniper and Righty had an incident there, and Sniper is back.
That is dangerous. That's
facing
borderline safety car, but we won't
the
do it.
right way, borderline. So how many minutes have we got? 3 minutes to go, I think, have we? Until we call...
6 minutes to go is the cut-off. So
cut-off?
F1 Cyber.
And that is not going to help F1 Sniper, who is just dropping down the field. There goes Wolfie, there goes Rick.
Oh.
So it was looking good, wasn't it? But for maybe a top 6 finish, but now it's once he's gone off, he went off again at the top of the hill.
Tires.
I think it might have been the Piratella at Tosa and Righty. Is he off the track as well, or is he just readdressing there? I'm not too sure. We might have a look.
You might be readdressing.
So Righty is off the track, Sniper with him. So a bit of a comedy of errors at the moment, but Righty is off the track, letting Sniper go. So that's good to see. Righty there, letting F1 Sniper go. So we didn't quite catch that incident. You might have seen more of it than I did, Wilco. But those two now down in P11 and F1 Sniper. Where is he? 15th. P15, Righty up in P14 now. Sorry, I beg your pardon. These timing screens are updating as I talk to you. But good vibes, still sticking with it then. Out in front, he's in the pits now. So also along with F1 Sniper. So he must have got some damage, Wilco, from his excursions off the track.
A little bit of scuffs on the rear of the car there. So he did back it into the wall. So yeah, maybe that was the opportunity for a safety car, Trev. But we'll let it go, as Righty is now off, so what's going on with him?
Righty off the circuit then, 6 minutes remaining in this race, and Buggerlugs there, Big Shep, and very happy birthday. Why isn't that showing up? The chat box isn't showing up anyway. We've had some technical issues, but we are back on the chat, and Big Shep has joined us. A very big hello, not just a big hello, Wilco, if you don't mind, but a very big hello, Trev, from the Shepo himself. Also a very big happy birthday for yesterday. Thank you for that, Shep. My 23rd birthday. Very big thank you. Had a great day, got spoilt rotten, of course, and Buggerlugs says, let's race Buggerlugs 93. Hope you have subscribed to this channel. We've ticked over to 1,200, if you don't mind. So thank you for that. I'll keep that chat box open there, Wilco. I'm not sure why that's not showing up. Anyway, we'll have to get on to the...
They said that a while ago, so it might have already gone away.
Okay.
But, Vibesy's come back out, right in front of OGT's good mate. Oh, that's F1 Sniper.
And Vibes, where's he come out? He's he's done quite nicely there. He's come out ahead.
P6.
P6, is he ahead of, who have we got? Oh, good
OGT
Vibes.
and Harvey.
OGT and Harvey. So this race, with 5 minutes to go, is not looking good. OGT down in 7th position. He was 10 points behind Voodoo coming into this race, and as it stands at the moment, it looks like Voodoo is going to extend that championship lead by a big, big margin here, Wilco.
Yes, he is. So, OGT would have been hoping for a safety car, so maybe once you watch the stream back, you'll think, oh, there was F1 Sniper and Righty had a bit of a moment that maybe that should have been a safety car, but the rules are 3 or more cars. So if someone else come through and gave him a little nudge, then that would have been a safety car, but Righty is put into the pits. That's his race done. Wild card not going very well, but I'd like to get those 8 viewers watching. Who is your driver of the day, people?
Get your driver of the day in. Please send us a comment. But a little bit quiet. We can understand that. We've had the mid-season break, of course, Wilco. But tomorrow night, do not forget, we are back for Tier 1. I'm not sure why... none of that's showing up. Anyway, we'll get that sorted for tomorrow night. But there we have it, as Good Vibes now behind OGT now.
Passed by OGT there. He went a little bit deep in the center of this corner, and Harvey is all over him. Look at that Lexus stroke.
Look,
he's just zoom.
And look at that Lexus power. And he's very much in a Lexus sandwich at the moment. Look at that, though. And Good Vibes there, who's we've got Lexus OGT, now Good Vibes in 7th, Harvey in 8th, and it is so close, as it has been all race, but 3.5 minutes remaining, and we are counting down to the end of this race. Good Vibes now down in 8th. It was looking good, it was looking very good, but I think the pace of Harvey Norman and OGT showing out there in that Lexus, because they've got up to 6 and 7. Aussie Thunder then up in a very nice looking P5. And
Mr. Hooker and Mac going side by side, but they're battling for P9 and 10. So these two boys having a good race here.
They are having a very nice race indeed. And I've got to say that Nobby Nuts up there in 4th as well. Don't forget about him,
yeah,
GRT.
He could be my driver of the day, I reckon.
Nobby Nuts, very nice up in P4 there. And he hasn't done a lot wrong, it has to be said, Wilco, in the 30 minutes that we've been racing.
And Binger having a nice little battle.
And
GRT
Voodoo.
Closed up, only 1.4 seconds between them, so it's going to be a little tasty last 2 laps here, Trev.
And we have a vote. We have Madaford, aka J-Mads, has said Voodoo. Another faultless race from Voodoo, and I've got to say, I have to agree with him. Touch and go Nobby Nuts has been good as well, hasn't he? Binger in 2nd place. We might recap here. GRT. Oh, they're coming up to traffic. I think that's Kilroy, but is GRT a sneaky chance, Wilco, of getting P2 here? That gap, 1.4 seconds.
Yes, you got the lights flashing, doing the old tactics I like to do, just flash the lights, try and fill up those mirrors. But I think, remember, Binger did pit early, so maybe his tyres are starting to go, and GRT did pit fairly late, so we'll see. This could be a good last little battle. Listen, we've been doing some Sunday night 1 hour races with OGT, Binger, a few other boys are on there, and Binger and I have been having ripper battles, and I'm sick of seeing those Nissan taillights, Trev, so I'm rooting for GRT here.
And
here's Dynamite.
Oi! Oi! GRT, and just as you were rooting around there, Wilco, I've managed to get the stream overlays back as well. And I won't mess around with that too much. That could be a thing for tomorrow, Wilco, before we get underway in Tier 1, of course. But
GRT.
let's have a look at this.
Last lap here.
As the Universal Boss says, we are on the last lap here. And look at this. Binger is going to be under all sorts of pressure. And you may look he's going to be very worried on this last lap. GRT is giving him nothing. And he is right up behind him. I think this is the closest battle, although Harvey and OGT are very, very close. Same as Mac Miller and LJ Hooker, but we're on the last lap. Are you excited out there? I know you are, but please get your driver of the day in. Another faultless race from Voodoo. It sure has been Matterford, but I've got to say that this is going to go down to the wire here. 17 seconds remaining, and the drivers will want this one to finish ASAP as the clouds start to gather. But Binger will want this one to finish as soon as possible because he's coming up to Kilroy. But can he keep GRT behind him, Wilco?
There's no real pass opportunity from now unless they make a mistake, unless Binger makes a mistake off the chicane. Then he might be able to get into the second last corner as, GRT definitely got fresher tyres. Kilroy's like, yeah, it's tough for you guys, I'm going to sit in front, you're not right up my ass, so tell him to catch up first, as Vettel used to say. But here we go, this is the point here, if Binger can get off nicely, which he does, that should be home and hosed here. But
there we go.
About to cross and go into the last corner now.
Voodoo, here he is through the Ravazza for the final time. He's had a week off. He's refreshed, as we all are. But this man, it's been a faultless drive from the Nigerian Prince, and he crosses the line to win here at the Autodromo Enzo E. Dino Ferrari. He takes victory here at Imola and extends his championship lead. It's not over, though, for second place because GRT is right up behind Binger. Is he going to have a go? Oh, that is so close. So close, but Binger takes second
OGT,
position.
Thunder and Harvey battling into the
And
second
let's
corner.
have a look at this. It's not over yet.
Nuts got P4.
And this could be vital for the championship as well, Wilco. OGT, who is second in the championship as well. And there's going to be 4 rounds left after this race, but Aussie Thunder leads this pack across the line. 5th for Aussie Thunder. It's looking like 6th for OGT. So 8 points for him as the fireworks. They're so quick with those fireworks, Wilco, aren't they? At every race we go to, OGT pulls off. And
Mr. Hooker, Trev, your favourite.
LJ Hooker. Thanks, Mr. Hooker. LJ Hooker, you're the best. And thank you for that, LJ Hooker. He was a wild card, wasn't he, Wilco?
Oh, yeah.
And he's coming.
No, LJ Hooker is tier 2.
No, he's not.
And Ridey were the wild cards. But Heat coming across the line, P11.
P11.
They've got a big gap back to Rick, Wolfie, and Kilroy's already crossed the line a lap down, unfortunately. With
great effort from Heat there, our man. Despite finishing outside the points, he was facing the wrong way at the end of lap 1. Good comeback drive for him. Here's Rick across the line for Pickle Rick in 12th place. As you can see there, it's the Wolf in 12th. He's not going to be happy with that. And it's not easy to get points finishes on this game. Although I've done that in recent times, of course, at Monza. But Wolfie finishing in P12. He's done quite well, though, hasn't he, Wilco? He's finished P10 twice, I think, in the last 2 races. But 12th for him tonight. Kilroy has had enough. He's waving the white flag. And the safety car is on the track.
Better do a lap, Trev. I haven't done one yet.
There we go. So you could fire up the safety car for the first time. And Big Shep. And I'm getting these comments in a little bit late. There we go, Big Shep. I think he's just gone with the same comment. Thank you, Shep. I'm seeing them now. A very big hello from Shepo. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Big Shep, down there in Scoresby, Victoria. And this man who has shares in Sinbad's down there in Carrum Downs. Well done on the podium finishes, says OGT. We need your drivers of the day. Or driver of the day, I should say. Drivers of the week. Wilco there. Just, that is a beautiful looking piece of machinery there.
Do a big sideways moment here, ready?
Here we go.
I should be inviting the other boys to the party, but they can just wait for
through the... Oh, look at this. Very nice indeed. No better side around here at Imola. And I think you're just following what they do. That's what they do, don't they? Doesn't the safety car or the medical car come out on track, Wilco, at the end to... check on things through the Aqua Minerale. And you're looking quite
Now
good
I've got
there,
to launch
Wilco.
over this curve. Ready? Watch this.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Ready to launch. 3, 2, 1, and lift off. There goes
Oh, it
Wilco.
didn't
Not
work.
quite as much airtime as what he thought. And you want to be careful, Wilco.
And that is a written off safety car.
And I tell you what, it hasn't been a good history around here of hitting concrete walls at that angle. But anyway, he's back into the
Maybe that
pits.
wasn't the best thing to do, was it?
Probably not the best, but there we go. So
Lucky
recapping.
on turn 1, Trev, it's all right.
Yep, that's it. That's oh boy, there we go. Voodoo are winning this race ahead of Binger by 8.1 seconds as we wait for our top 3 to enter the post-race driver interviews. You know the drill. You're all KRL regulars. I hope you are. If you're not, hello to you and welcome. We've had our mid-season break. I think I need an invite, Wilco, says Voodoo. So Wilco is on to that. And Nobby Nuts in 4th. Aussie Thunder as the first of our top 3 joins the party. OGT in 6th. Big Harvey Norman in 7th. Good Vibes in 8th. LJ Hooker down there in 9th. Mac Miller 10th. Heat. Good result for him at 11th. Rick in 12th. It's the Wolf 13th. Kilroy 14th. After that drive-through penalty. And F1 Sniper 15th. Righty in 16th. He's had enough for today. As we wait for... We've got 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, Wilco, but I think we're still waiting for our race winner to join us in the post-race driver interviews.
Yes,
hello.
Here you go, Voodoo's here, so take it away, Trev.
He's here, so Voodoo. Well, mate, talk us through it. You've had the mid-season break, you're back, you're refreshed, and, well, looks like normal service is resumed, mate. A faultless drive from you tonight. Talk us through it.
Oh, thank you. I think I got lucky at the start, to be honest, to get the start that I did. Managed to just have that solo through Sector 1 where the other boys were fighting. So I think that comes down to the fact of, you know, that 8-second finish. But I mean, hey, there was really good pace on the grid, and I was wired the whole time, trying not to make a mistake. Because the sausage curbs destroy the Ferrari here, so there was a couple of times where I was a bit hairy on him. But yeah, it's all just a little bit of practice for me getting ready for the Imola 8-hour. So yeah, I mean, the Ferrari's got really good pace, but so do all these boys out here, so you can't fault that.
Fantastic result, mate. Like we said, a faultless drive from you tonight. You extend your championship lead, mate, and you're showing no signs of slowing up. Congratulations tonight, mate, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you very much. Cheers, boys.
Great stuff. Voodoo, our race winner, and now in second place, it is Binger. My Bingerling, Binger, mate, P2, not too bad coming off the mid-season break, and very good for your championship as well. Talk us through your race tonight.
Yeah, Trev, yeah. Good to resume business as usual, get back up the front. Voodoo tonight, just got a good start and managed to pull a bit of a gap on us. I think me, OG and GRT was squabbling there for the first few laps, and they had a little tangle, allowed me to get through, and I just head down, concentrate. I maybe pitted a little early because my tyres them last 2 laps. GRT was right on me, and I was just held on, mate. So very happy with second.
Great stuff, mate. And GRT also joining us, P3 tonight, coming off his mid-season break. GRT, P3 in the end. Good little battle with Binger there, mate. You didn't quite get him, but solid P3 for you tonight.
Yeah, it was good, mate. Just had to qualify up the front somewhere so I can keep out of trouble a bit. But I had a good race speed. But my little tangle with OGT there, that was a bit... We were both on heavy brakes there, I think. And I had to turn. Like, I couldn't... If I didn't turn, I would have came off the track myself in that little incident there. But I'm sorry to him if I did move over a little bit. But I had to give a bit of race room. But, yeah. But good job to Voodoo, mate. We're going to have to talk to your horse, I think.
Great stuff.
I'll get
there,
onto
Binger. That's
my
good, mate.
Yeah, cheers, sir.
Great stuff. Fantastic.
Good fun, guys. Good fun.
Good stuff. Good fun. That's what it's all about, GRT, mate. Thank you. Thanks for your time. Thanks for joining us. And great result tonight, mate. P3 in the end, and congratulations.
Thank you.
There we have it, GRT. Solid P3 for him tonight. Voodoo taking the win. If you're just joining us, as that rather sexy-looking British Racing Green Safety car, the Aston Martin there, the Fanatec Aston Martin. Wilco taking the safety car out for a bit of a spin. It is Voodoo winning tonight's race. We're back after the mid-season break. Round 6 of this Tier 2 Championship ahead of Binger, who was 8.1 seconds down the road, and GRT keeping Binger very honest right until the line. Couldn't quite get him in the end, but he's taken P3. And don't forget that we do have Tier 1 tomorrow night from 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is going to be on for young and old. And we are back in a big way from our mid-season break. But thank you to everybody who's been good enough to join us tonight. And of course, I speak of none other than Voodoo OGT, Shep, Buggerlugs, Matterford, everybody who's been part of this stream. It's been fantastic to have you back after our week off. But Wilco, thank you to you, mate, and we are back again. It is going to be on tomorrow night for Tier 1.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night in the Cup car, it's going to be electric. So we'll catch everyone tomorrow night. Should be good.
Yep, and that is it. We are almost out of time.
Finish off with a moment of silence. Yeah,
Yep.
Okay, let go. Yep.
But before we go, we had some sad news, of course, during our mid-season break. The voice of Formula One, Murray Walker, the great man, passed away, of course, age 97, and an absolute...
Your hero, Trev.
Absolutely, and a voice that I grew up listening to, and I'm sure a voice that made millions of people love Formula One right around the world. The great man, Murray Walker, passing away at 97, of course, last week. So as we finish tonight, we're going to go out with a minute's silence for the great man, Murray Walker. Don't forget, tomorrow night, tune in 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But for now, it's goodbye.